The woman who was once the star DNA analyst for Colorado law enforcement is in custody herself tonight. Missy Woods turned herself in today. Investigators brought in from out of state are recommending more than 100 charges against her for manipulating data used in prosecutions. We're now getting our closest look at just what that meant. Here's Marshall Zellinger.
Missy Woods has gone from a Colorado Bureau of Investigation DNA expert interviewed by this station to a former DNA analyst who now has a mugshot. She turned herself in today. CBI asked the South Dakota Division of Criminal Investigation to look into the data manipulation she was accused of. An arrest warrant today details 58 of more than 500 cases, and 38 of them are sex assault cases, from Colorado Springs to Denver, CU Boulder and Blackhawk to Winter Park and Rocky Mountain National Park. Cases where Woods is accused of saying there was no male DNA detected when there was, or changed data values so that DNA analysis would not be performed. The arrest warrant says Woods could not indicate how many times she falsely reported, quote, no male DNA present, when in fact there was at least some amount of male DNA present. When asked about one specific example, she said the benefit would be expediency.
I think that's about as manipulative as it can get without, say, adding in another sample from a different person and saying that that person was there when they weren't.
Attorney Kevin Benninger does not have a case impacted by Woods. As a defense attorney, DNA is used as evidence often.
These samples are usually kept and can be retested.
He said if there's someone in prison in a case that Woods assisted on, an appeal would take into account more than just the DNA evidence.
And the judge is going to look at how much did that impact the outcome of the case. In other words, was there overwhelming evidence of guilt aside from the DNA evidence where the judge can't find that it would have made a difference in the outcome?
Of the 58 cases referenced in the arrest warrant, 2/3 of them had police reports, but no court record, suggesting that 2/3 did not have enough evidence to make an arrest or go to court. What the arrest warrant spells out today is accusing Woods of manipulating data in a way that did not identify a suspect, Kyle, and less about identifying the wrong suspect.
I think that's what we've always wondered about, right? Because you can have an idea of like, I bet you this is what was behind it, but that doesn't always match up with what you read.
Sure, until today I was thinking maybe there are people behind bars that maybe have evidence that wasn't correct, or some piece of the evidence wasn't, but maybe they were still guilty. But today I'm thinking there are people who reported a crime, and it went nowhere perhaps because this piece of evidence wasn't done correctly, and they were just told by investigators, sorry, we don't have enough to even try to make an arrest. I didn't know that until today. I didn't think like that.
And you just have to wonder, like, how many hundreds or thousands of people out there in Colorado are now wondering, like, did this impact somebody that I loved? Whether they were on the victim side, whether they were on the suspect side, or whatever else, did this impact somebody that I know? Marshall Zellinger, thank you.